today our session is going to be R language, and also work with the R Studio IDE. So the R language was built for statistics and data visualization, and mainly used by sorry,
It's updated.
okay, and mainly used by the academia and some other industry for data visualization and data analysis as well.
So on the software.
Yeah, it's updated. Yeah.
It is on the website, that's why, but I will put it here again. It's the first link if you want to see it big.
One of the best advantage of using R because it's very freely available tool, and it provides a lot of packages where you can use it for specific tasks to carry specific tasks. And R language is available for different platforms like Windows and Linux and Mac OS operating system. And it has a variety of graphical graph generating tools as well. And you can use R language in the terminal or use it in the R Studio, which is IDE, Integrated Development Environment for R, which is R Studio as we installed last week. So go to the when you open R Studio, you will have page like this, or the screen will be like that. This is the layout of R Studio, which is user interface for R language. So you have the main script side and the work environment and history in this side. So if you generating code, it will be appearing in this side, and this is the console where you can see what, the error output from the error in the code. It will come out. If it's run, it will be like blue, same as you see in the screen, and clear. So there, the environment and any type of data is loaded, it will be shown there. It will be shown in the environment. So then we come to the R packages. So R packages, it's going to have built to have function inside the R packages. So for each type of analysis or each package, it serves or hosting a lot of function for that specific task. So for example, the most used packages in R, which is ggplot and dplyr and tidyverse. And the ggplot is used for the graphical user for generating graphs and data visualization, and dplyr is used for the data manipulating and organizing your data. And for the tidyverse, it's a collection of packages. So it's not only one package inside. So if we go to the R Studio, So if we go to the R Studio, we load the library which been installed to the environment or to the local machine. Let's say we use the ggplot. So that means the package is So when you want to load any library, that before you load it, show how you install the library, because it's, so this is when you want to install the library. So can everyone try to install the ggplot package?
Are you able to make it in the video?
It's a file like that. So did everyone install the ggplot package? So this is the package installation. This is the package, how you install the packages. So now we move to the descriptive analysis with R. So I have prepared the script for the descriptive analysis just to move a little bit fast. Like you. So we're going to work with this example for the descriptive statistic analysis. So can we load the tidyverse library? Because if you don't have it, you have to install the way that you install the ggplot. Sorry.
sticky notes. So you guys grab a sticky note. That's why you
So did everyone manage to download the tidy first language? Download it and you call it library tidy first. Then the other packages mood set.
if you have an installed,
Yeah. You download the So one of the
You have, if I have it.
no, if you there's no package called Python.
Parce que
But did you install the other packages? Or were they supposed to stop with this one?
avec le paquet
What is before GG? Did you install the GG What's
des trucs, des fonctions du même temps. Ça crée un conflit.
Did you? Oh, you did it with the first one.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to
Pour
install it.
différencier le vin de
So the library command reads in the library, but you
Et au lieu de faire library, chercher pas, tu peux faire library. Si tu as
How did you
cette,
do the first
tu vois, là maintenant, tu vas voir, ça va importer tout le
You
paquet.
know,
Tu peux
okay, so it's after
tu vas,
tu
tu vas combiner par
Can you
une
change the thing on your, because it's not showing that it's installed
tu vois,
by
il a un conflit de filtre,
so it's installed.
Like the first, it only says library, but
Yeah,
not
it's library, but
de
installed.
et tu vas
You already have
importer
started
des
those installed, but they don't, so can you
for quatre.
change the first line, install packages
Pourquoi
now?
pas chercher pas?
Because that's what they were making, it's easy to go back and.
Moi, c'est déjà importé.
Use the same
Yeah.
Peut-être qu'on fait du coup devait importer aussi. Devait importer chez du coup. Comme ça, on importe chez du coup. C'est un peu ça.
Depending on GG block too. It shouldn't be, it's because
tidy first is good.
Tu vois, maintenant, tu peux éviter ça. Quand tu vas sur le pas.
Yes, but okay, so this one line is C.
So if you don't have tidy first, you have to do
You have,
installation.
you have all of it, so you, then you're fine. You had it installed before then.
Oh, like notes.
That's fine. So you just go straight
The library command.
is yours already installed?
So then we move to the second part, which is tidy first. It has preloaded or default data, which is example data that we use for teaching and training. One of these data is iris data set. So when you write data, open bracket with your data iris gives you the data that's inside the iris object with all the data frame of iris. So once you load iris data, so you can change it to the data frame or you cite as my data, which is equal to iris. So you are using the assign operator. So this is called assign operator. Can to check the data or display the header of the data set, you can use head function my data. So in tidy first you have these functions where you can call the mean or standard deviation of the data or variance or minimum, maximum, median, range of the value in a specific column or in a specific data set. So when we check the header of the data set here, if you check the header of the data set, you will find simple length, simple width, and petal length and petal width and species. So there is 3 types of species, but because it shows only the head of the data, it's only one species is appearing there. So if you want to calculate the mean, of spindle length, simple length, so you use the function of mean function, to calculate the mean of the values. So can everyone try to write, to check the mean of that? So when you write mean, my data $sign, so from my data takes the simple length column, which is takes the simple length column, which is this one, only the first one. So calculate the mean of that column. Then we can calculate the median by calling median the same, which is simple length. Yeah, my data $sign simple length. So most frequency value, you will see you use the MFV to see the most frequent value. So you can also apply minimum and maximum value, inter-quartile range of that specific column, which we select the first column by data $sign simple length, and top quartile. So for example here, if you want, because we did see the quantile here, which is top quantile between 6.4 and above. The top quantile of the data above the 6.4. So if you want to extract only the sample with these values, which is the top quantile, I call it. So you use the pipe operator, which is the percentage with greater than mark, just to extract, to mutate or filter the data, which only select. You only select the sample which has the simple length longer than 6.4. So if you run this one, you will see the value. So this is the first quantile, the second, third, the fourth one, above the 6.4. Oh.
First things like I'll share it to WhatsApp. Or the rest is next. Last week we were going to share a direct now. Okay. I think also something that was interesting to copy and paste it into a site. So I think a lot of people are missing some of the. Is everybody at the same, or are you? I think it's going a little fast.
I sent it to you, Chris. It's like, that's good.
But they need.
Yeah.
So my second
So they
That's
cover
one
the,
message, or is it? But you might as well go up because all of them are behind. So then none of them are going to follow the new stuff that you're going to say. Right? Want to send it to me and I'll put it in your WhatsApp. I actually have the Google Doc last time, but you want to make it clear.
If Tracy adds the earlier pieces of code to the Google Doc, can you all access that?
Yeah.
Should be. Just so that if you missed a line of code, you can go back and review what you missed.
I'm gonna put it in the Google Doc, but please don't copy and paste because you actually, that's good if you. Try to put the command in green. So that matches that.
Stanislas.
so everyone reached to this point, to the line 28.
If you're not at line 28,
28.
just put up a pink sticky.
I said, I see you copying of Stanislas. Can I copy?
Guys, if you're not following or it's too fast, please say something.
Help someone? Someone's looking at.
No, you're not supposed to copy.
Yeah, but so you've gotten to the point where you can, do you know what this piece of code is? This piece of code. Look at that. Control enter. Okay, so before you. So, that code is what?
That's okay. So did you explain that?
Which one?
That one that you explained.
This one, yeah?
Yeah, that whole section. Line by.
So if you calculate quantile of that column, so you can divide the column to 4.
And what is the percentage? More than percentage.
So now you will see that the quantile of the data and exact value or exact length of that sample length in 3 different species. So now if you want to select the top 25% and you want to see which species is more there. So now you come to here what we are doing in this code. We select the top quantile using my data, which is the original file, and using this file operator that allow you to filter or mutate or select any column of your data, original data set. But here I'm gonna use filter function, which is you can see that where is the filter function coming from. For example, you can use the run question mark and filter. So you will see in this side, this functions comes from the player. You will see this functions come from the player package. Maybe we don't call the player package, but tidyverse it has collection of packages inside. So another some stat tools or packages. So when you're using by filter and you set the condition here with the symbol length, it's more than 6.4. So if you use the dim my data, you'll get the dimension of the data, which is 150 rows and 5 columns. But after you filter here, in this section, after you filter the top 20 top quantile, and using them to top quantile use. So it's only 35 sample out of 150 sample from 3 different species. It has spectral length more than 4.6. And we selected the lower quantile, which is below 5.1. Below 5.1. So we do the same. We set the variable for the lower quantile. Then we use the main data, which is the data set. Then we use the pipe operator from the player package to allow us to filter under specific condition, which is the simple length, which is below 5.1. So if you run it, so if you run the lower quantile, which is going to be 32 sample out of 150 sample. So here you can also modify the quantile, because the quantile it's fixed. Like you divide the data set by 4. Then you see that each 25% become as a quantile. First quantile is 25%. The second is 50%. Second and first together. Then the third one starts from 50 to 75. The last one starts from 75 to 100. So, but here you can also divide it by 10. You call the function quantile and you call it by 0.1. So here the sequential quantile from 0 to 1, or from 0 to 100, it's 0 to 1, which is from 0 to 1, but you divide it by 10%. So if you modify quantile, so everyone is here using this code, yeah. So if you modify quantile function to be, you can add this 0.1, which is equal to 10%. So they divide the values inside that column 10%. If you the default quantile function is 25%, but if you set it to 1, it will divide it 10%, 20%, 30, 40. It goes by 10.
What did you say the dollar sign is?
Sorry?
The dollar sign between those two.
The dollar sign, so quantile, you go to the data set, which is 5 columns and 150 rows. Then you go and select the simple length. So it goes to that specific column. So also you call the variance. The variance between each value and compared to the mean, it's 0.68. And also you can compute the standard deviation, which is 0.82. So median function also to calculate the median. So there's other function where you can get the summary of the data. So this is you compute all of the median standard deviation and the first minimum and the first quintile median mean and the third quintile at maximum value. So you will see the maximum value on the better length it's 2.5 and the minimum which is 0.1, and you can see in all the columns this, except the species column because its character is not numerical value. So you can also here select the summary of specific column of the data, which is same. We use this triple length, which is going to show you the median, minimum, first quintile, median, mean, third quintile, and the maximum for that specific column. So when you're calling summary function and you add digits equal to 1, so if you see here the values, it comes with decimal value or dot, yeah. So to remove the decimal values, and also you can use the table function to see how many sample of each species. So we have 50 from each species. And we can use sapply function also. Sapply function to add or to use two functions. So you select here my data minus 5, which is except the last row, and you call that mean. So the mean of each column here, it's called by sapply. You cannot use the, let's say, you cannot use the mean, we cannot use the mean function to call just my data. Let's see. So if you change it, you cannot see the mean function here. We have to use sapply to incorporate the data selection because we select the four column of the data, and we need to calculate the mean for each column as we did here. So it's also same here. We can use this apply to calculate the quantile from each data. You just want to extract the quantile of the data. So now we need to install another package, which is we installed another package now. We're gonna use it for stat description, the descriptor here, this function. There's other pesticide. So can everyone install the pesticide package? Does everyone manage to install the package?
If you've reached the point where our trainer is reached, please put
Highlight
green
it.
sticky. If you're falling behind, please put up a pink sticky so NASA can come help.
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit scared about this. Need to ask if we can do it at lunchtime because it's probably gonna take a while. So she has system independence and after that, it's gonna offer another
Ça va? Maintenant, là, c'est un box pour chaque espèce.
Yes, it's gonna ask you for now.
Les fleurs ici, là, il y a ces deux là avec les colonnes.
Yeah, that is, and that's not just one.
Il y a un box pour chaque espèce. Et chaque espèce, c'est pas le même nombre de syllabes.
So, this is the one you
Did everyone manage to install the?
Tu vois que tu peux.
Did you install it? So you can compute all the table together by using best statistics package, and there is a function called stat descriptive. So when you call, you can also write the output, which is res. You can write it as table, write table, res, then you give the table name, and you edit it with the CSV extension or CSV extension. So you will have the table. So after you write the table for stat descriptive output, you write table, you can open it as an Excel or CSV file here. So you will see the 4 column or 4 variable, then you start to see number of value, number of null, which is 0, number of NA missing data, it's 0. So the minimum for the split length is 4.3. Then you can see all of them like that. Then maximum and the range, sum, median, mean, SE mean, confidence interval, mean, variation and standard deviation and coefficient variable. So now we need to install another package for graphical display of that distribution. Install package, which is GG. So it's simply one in line 65. So then after you install the GG bar package, you call the library, then you generate a box plot for the simple length only, which is using only one column. Then you will have the box plot for the simple length. So now we need to test we use the box plot to see, to compare the three species that we have. So we set the X as the species and Y as simple length. So you will have three box plot for each species. You can create the box plot by the GG box plot function.
Excuse me. I have a question. Before going to the box plot, when you're saving your CSV, the comma separated file,
This one.
yeah,
Mhm.
did yours come in one tab, one column, or was it like separated when opening it in your law?
Not
Yeah.
comes like that. But the name of the header shift this one is shift back.
Yeah, because when I open mine,
Yeah, it was shifted back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
So if you want to create histogram, you can create histogram with the add the mean. You can see this dot line. It's the mean. Yeah.
For the box plot, is it possible to see the data points?
Yeah, with the GG plot. So to compute ESDF, which is numerical cumulative distribution function. So you can call GG ECDF to plot the numerical cumulative distribution function. So you can see in the plot side. So you can extract this plot by using save as image. Then you can specify the size here, let's say 400. And you can select the format, which format you want it. And you can you will find it in same work directory, which this plot. You can't find it in same directory. So
After the right command, let's go up a bit. Does it matter how many?
How many?
How many of those do you want?
Just try the space. The space is the.
Let's call them like hash.
You mean this one?
Uh-huh.
No, this is just used for comment. So it will not execute yet. So hash is used for the comment inside the script. So when R the hash is just like not what's the script. Sorry? Export. You go to the export tab. So you go to the export tab. So then you can change which formatting. Then you can rename the file name or you name it here. Then this is the directory if you want to change the directory that you want to save it. And here change the size of the plot. So now using the function ggplot to see the data out distributed from the mean. Yeah. So it will appear like a graph like this. You see this graph. So you can see from here we have some values more than 4, which is higher than mean, and some values below the mean. So now we're calling another library to use we use the pipe function and we're creating summary of the data. If you install tidyverse, the dplyr, you don't have to install the dplyr package because it's inside the tidyverse. Tidyverse is a collection of packages, it's including the ggplot dplyr.
Is everyone following? Like, are you? Nasir, can you just pause the time because I think everybody's on a different state. Yeah, so can you Oh, is this supposed to be supposed to write? What is the list?
So now see if you can
And if you write this, just as you
So Sorry, some people are struggling to find the files. Can you type get WD? Can everyone type get WD? So it shows you the working directory. Where you find this? Yeah.
So the other issue is that they don't have. Okay, they don't have. We didn't read in a library for CSV, right?
Yeah.
So this thing when it's printed, it just prints it line by line. So you didn't put separators into the comma into the writing. So it's just adding everything in one line.
So you need a writing table.
The writing table. So I changed it to put the separator in the right. So comma. If you want to separate it by comma, you can just put comma.
But even if you don't specify it,
It doesn't.
So I don't know, because you didn't read the CSV line.
I think yours is like that because you probably did it in some other times. So yours is automatically noticing CSV, but because this is the first time they've installed it, they don't have anything for CSV. So when they write it, everything is just one line below the other. So I just added separate comma into that, into that line. So, but obviously that doesn't solve the issues of the column. I'll figure that out.
so if you want to add a separated, when you're writing the file, you can specify the separated semicolon or column or tabulation.
And if you have a file,
So if you want to do tabulation, it will be look like that. /t. If you want a comma, you use the comma. If you want the semicolon, you use the semicolon. So now we use the descriptor by group. So we group the data. We group the data, my data by species. Then you add the summary, which is count, equal the number which is 150, mean equal simple length, standard deviation for the simple length.
What does the emissions are?
And code.
Oh, the
So if there is any missing value, NA, it will be presented as NA in the CSV file or Excel file when you read it in an R. So you write NA.RN. So remove, yeah. When you say true, it's remove. So you will see the count of each species because you group by species. So we have 3 species here. Species, which is 3 species, and the count is 50 each. So the mean of simple length in the first species was Sitsu equal 5.01. For the second one, it's 5.94. Standard deviations also the second column, 0.352, 0.5116. So you can see for each species, you can see separately. So now we create a box plot again. but we're adding color. So because we have, let's say, the species, which is the category column or variable in the data set, so you want to define or you check the sepal length in each species. For the third one, which is the blue one, the longest one, which is more than 6.5. You can see here the blue one more than 6.5. So it's same what we did earlier. You create box plot, my data. You set the species, which is the axis. Then you set y as the sepal length. So this is the value of the sepal length, the maximum I think was 7.5 or something, but it's here. It's writing 8. So the data range from 0 to 8. So now if you want to see all each sample inside the box plot separately, and you can see it's useful for the outlier samples. So if there is any outlier samples, you can see by strip chart color by group. So here you will see the exact the right place for each sample or each value. So maybe if you some analysis, you can consider this one as outlier sample. So, so there is another tool where you can write a report in the data set, the complete data set, which is called Data Explorer. So if you're receiving data and you don't have time to search column by column, and if there's missing value, if there is how the data organized, so there is a package that can easily and quickly do that, which is Data Explorer.
But, you're going too far, so people are actually not doing it, they're just watching. Who is behind? Oh, 3 people. So
Where did you stop?
Very well. So what I wanted to check, can you make that same table but on one species? I just want to see how to calculate.
One table?
Yeah, on one.
One
not
species.
On both. Yeah, that's on one.
NASA, do you want to take the tea break and help people catch up?
Okay.
So tea break is in 5 minutes, but then we can maybe use the tea break to help catch up and consolidate as much as possible.
And we're going to take it later.
Does that work well for you?
Yeah, it's fine. Setuza.
Sorry?
Setuza. Setuza. Setuza.
Setuza. No, Setuza.
Setuza.
Setuza. Avec A, non?
Avec A. Setuza.
Also, I need to install it before. This was it. It was the same as okay.
Does anybody have any questions before the tea break in the last few minutes?
Is that the function or last function that you're talking about?
He was the only one in
Is the Google Doc?
yeah. This one I got.
But the GG plot not install the slides.
Yeah, but when I installed it, it asked me to install it. No, but I did it right.
And it was automatically.
I did this.
Great. So okay.
Yeah, I did.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just asking for the question.
Can you run that again?
So do we break at chemistry or do we break at four?
Okay, so just the red lines.
This one.
Did you exclude the red line? Because after you install okay, so try it. Did anyone have an issue with the GG box plot command?
It's only the R version. So I think I still.
Boxes like this one. I don't know. But they were there.
But you said the
Yeah, I had it.
So yeah.
It's not easy.
So now can we run the Data Explorer?
we're not. I thought we're not gonna run anything until we come back because we're catching everyone up so we can continue.
Are you following?
Yeah, that is.
Is it good?
So you're saying give it a while.